Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's Disney's version of the fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame, because apparently, if you're dark skinned, you're not black. Even though considering no matter what part of the world you is, apparently black people exist. This is what I've been told. But anyway, the reason why I want to talk about it is because of this situation. Disney announced, or it's rumored that Disney announced that the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and they had a cast for it. Josh Gad was going to be Quasimodo. Gal Gadot was going to be Esmeralda, and Chris Evans is going to be Captain Phoebus. Which, okay, whatever, sure. I really don't think they should do a live action one because of how much Hollywood hates Christianity and would love to make it, would love to make Christianity seem like this terrible thing or whatever. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I had said that, it's crazy that you would get Gal Gadot to play a Romanian woman who happens to be black. When I meant that, of course, when I'm saying that, I'm saying it as because she is a dark-skinned woman, she is still considered a black woman. Most motherfuckers think that I'm talking about, she's African-American or something like that. No, she still is considered a black woman because black people did exist in France. Since the story does take place in France, it wouldn't be out the ordinary to see what we would call black people. You know what I'm saying? And yet everybody was like, well, she's not black because she's French Romanian, and everybody want to try to give me a history lesson of what Hugo meant in the novel. And it's just like, we're not talking about the damn novel. We're talking about the adaptation that Disney did. And what did Disney do? They made her a dark-skinned black woman who happened to be Romanian. It's the same thing as when they do those Disney princess movies, right? Everybody know, most people know that these Disney princesses come from around the world. But what do they always say? Oh, the Disney princesses are so white. There are so many white Disney princesses, right? They will talk about what? Belle, Cinderella, Snow White, Aurora, Meredith, and Rapunzel, right? They will always say that those women are white princesses. Even though they come from different parts of the world, they're still considered white, right? And that's what I'm saying about Esmeralda. Tiana, first African-American Disney princess, but she still is a black woman. Esmeralda, even though Esmeralda is from France, she is still a black woman, considering that this movie is American-made movie, and what people will see is black. Somebody was like, by that logic, that means Mulan is white. No, you motherfucker, because Mulan is clearly Asian. Nobody goes and be like, let's be honest. We don't break people down in like, this person is Romanian, this person is Greek, this person is Muslim, this person is Indian. You get what I'm saying? It's basically the two forms, especially when you've been identified in paperwork, right? They will say that you're they will say that you're white, Latina, black, African American, right? And sometimes the black and African American will mix. But when they say that you're black, they just meant that you're black. They're just saying that you're non-Hispanic origins, but they will still consider you black. You get what I'm saying? We don't break people down to like every version of themselves. I'm not going to break you down as, you're Egyptian, you're Middle Eastern or whatever, especially if you don't look it, or if you just look like the average person, right? So think about it. If these Disney princesses, even though they're from different parts of the world, the ones I just named, if they're considered white, why the hell Esmeralda can't be considered black? You get what I'm saying? Well, she's dark-skinned. Okay, but she's still a damn black woman, though. And then what do and then remember, when we talked about the Little Mermaid thing, Everybody, people who would be against it would always be like, black people exist around the world. Okay. I didn't say black people didn't exist around the world. Black people come in all different cultures and stuff like that. Okay, I know that. Like, I know that black people exist in different cultures or whatever. But when you're taking a character that's clearly white and you're making them black, that is crazy. And then what I'm saying is the same thing with Esmeralda. Esmeralda clearly is a dark-skinned black woman. And you're casting an actress who is fair-skinned, who can be passed off as a white woman to play Esmeralda. But Esmeralda is not fair-skinned. She's dark-skinned because she is a black woman. That is what I'm saying. It's just like everybody want to pretend to ignore that factor. And everybody want to keep talking about, well, in the novel. Nobody's talking about the novel because we're talking about Disney's version of the goddamn character. It's like y'all pretend to be stupid when it comes to what somebody means, and you want to try to take out somebody's context of what they meant. I said the Disney version of the character. I know what Esmeralda looks like in the fucking books, in the novelization. But because we're talking about the Disney version of the character, she's a dark-skinned black woman who is Romanian with green eyes and luscious black hair. Because black people would exist in France. It's not like I'm saying she's of African descent. I'm not saying that. But she's clearly still what you would call a black woman. Because if you really show a child this character, they will say a black woman. Especially if they don't know about her origins, she will still be considered black. Just like the Muses. Even though they're Greek, they're still black women. Kida, Kikakadash, even though she's from a made-up kingdom somewhere in the Atlantic Pacific islands, I guess you would say, where Atlantis was at, she's still black. You get what I'm saying? Even though Aliza from Gargoyles is Native American and black, they will still say she's a black woman. I'm going by her surface traits of what she looks like to most people. Most people would see a black woman. I know some people try, I never saw her as black. You a damn fucking lie. You a damn lie. If you grew up in the 90s, Esmeralda was identified as a black woman. Let's not pretend all of a sudden she wasn't identified as a black woman. Nobody's saying that she was African American. They were just saying that she was a black woman. I remember girls used to talk about the character. They was like, wow, she's such a beautiful black girl. So let's not pretend that the character wouldn't be considered black. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. But instead of understanding that, everybody want to be like, she's Romanian, or you don't understand the difference between Romanian people and French people or whatever. No, I understand completely. But Disney, when Disney created the character, they made sure that she was definitely darker skin, which would be considered black. It's the same. She literally has the same skin color and tone as Tiana, who is a black woman. It's just that Tiana is African American and Esmeralda is Romanian gypsy. You get what I'm saying? No one's saying that she's not Romanian, but surface level wise, she is considered a black woman. She's a black character that people tend to forget about. But all of a sudden, when I make a comment about, I don't think Gal Gadot should be I think somebody needs to be a little bit darker since she is a black woman. Oh, Esmeralda's not black. Oh, really? Really? Because that skin color is definitely black. Hell, she's darker than my black ass. And they still consider me black. No matter what my background is, black. And that's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying. It's the same thing with, again, with all of the Disney princesses. They consider them white, even though we know that these Disney princesses come from different parts of the world. We know that they all come from different parts of France and Europe, different parts of Europe. But people see them as white women because it's always a conversation in topic. It's like, oh, we have these Disney princesses, and most of Disney princesses is white. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter, like, what I'm thinking is just that I'm going based off of, this is the Disney version of the character, that therefore the Disney version of the character is considered a black woman. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's not Romanian. I never took that away from her. I'm saying that when you're describing the character, you're describing a black woman. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, the black woman is African American, you know? So that's what I'm trying to get across. I'm not trying to offend anybody, because apparently everybody thinking I'm trying to erase the fact that she's Romanian. I know that she's just a black Romanian woman. That's what the character is. You know what I'm saying? She still is a dark-skinned woman, even though it takes place in France, which, again, black people exist in France. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird that people kind of forget that notion. But it also goes back to the fact of, okay, so do black people exist around the world or don't they? Because you can't say they do when it comes to race swapping a character from white to black, and then when a character who is black, even if their background not African American or African, they're still a black person, y'all want to be like, no, they're not black. You get what I'm saying? It's like you try to diminish the blackness of a character just because they have a different background from African American. You know? So I thought that was so weird that everybody's trying to attack me for it, when it's just like, clearly look at her. She's still a black woman. And talking about, no, in no way in the world. Yes way. Because if you look at her fucking dolls, her dolls are damn dark as hell. She's dark as hell. She's still considered a black woman. And you're like, well, look at her son. Yes, it is possible for a black woman to birth a damn child that is completely the same skin color as the father. I do have interracial friends. Hell, I even follow some folks on social media who are interracial couples who the wife is black and the husband is white, and literally when they crap out the baby literally took the man's complexion, and you're just like, how in fuck name? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.